Hi, I'm Andrew Roach, and today I want to share a solution that I use to populate a table with a dynamic range of rows. This builds on my previous video about creating a dynamic dropdown as a basis to populate data in a table. If you remember from my previous video, I created this dynamic dropdown that populates based on the financial statement that's selected. So my income statement only produces dropdowns related to the financial statement in question, which is the income statement. If I choose the balance sheet, then I only get balance sheet categories. And so that populates the table, which in turn populates my chart here. So I can get a little more of a visual sense of the historical context for this company's financials. The next thing I wanted to do was to give myself the ability to see the full range of categories in a table here. And so this automatically updates based on the financial statement that's populated here. And so I'm going to show you how I did that. And I'm just going to start with a simple SUMIF statement. And I'm going to reference my table here. So FS for financial statement. And I want the column C, category Q, fiscal year, which is combining those other columns. Category, quarter, fiscal year. And then it's going to be evaluating against column Q, 15, as well as my quarter here and my fiscal year. And then it's going to evaluate against the amount column in my table. So FS amount. There we go. And so my revenue is showing as 24.785 million. Set up my pivot table here so I can check, and that is working as intended. So now we can expand on this. Now I would need to check to see what is the range that I need to specify. What is the longest set? And so it needs to go down to Q29, capture the cash flow statement. So I have the range specified, but it's not spilling into those cells yet. So I need to use an array formula. There we go. But now I also want it to continue over into my other columns. And so I need to specify the range here as well. And this happens to go to column AN for Q3 2025. Q4 hasn't completed yet. And so I'm going to say AN 14 and R13 to AN 13. There we go. So now we're populated. But if I switch to a different financial statement, then I have all this extraneous data that I don't want. So I'm going to do an if statement to evaluate the length of what's in column Q. I'll just lock that. That equals 0, then leave it empty. Otherwise, evaluate my SUMIF statement. And there we go. I only get what's in my financial statement category and fully populates. So I thought this was pretty cool. Hopefully you enjoyed this and found this informative and learned something like I did. Thanks for watching.